Today I'm particularly happy because we've gotten 38 names now for our PPP Boot Camps. So we now have 38 participants, 2 each from all of the regional governments, plus 2 from CDB. And we're just about to launch our PPP Boot Camp series. So the first one is going to be here in Barbados at the end of September, September 28th, and that'll be for 3 days. And the second one will be in Trinidad at the Arthur Lockjack Graduate School of Business, and we want to thank them for the use of their facilities. And the third one will be in Jamaica, in Kingston, in January. So that's what's keeping me busy these days, getting all of this stuff organized. Well, yes, I mean, pardon the military analogy, but it is fitting because what we want to do is we want to create a cadre of PPP practitioners in the Caribbean. I like to call it a PPP SWAT team of people who have the capacity to actually get these projects off the table, so to speak, and onto the ground. If you look at the Caribbean, we've suffered from an excessive talking and not enough action on PPPs. A couple of years ago, I was doing some consulting for the World Bank, and we did what we call the Caribbean PPP Roadmap. And what we found out is that there's a long pipeline of projects. There are this many pipeline projects. And if you go to some countries, they'll tell you, oh, we've got 22 PPPs in the pipeline. But what if you're actually doing? Never mind what's in the pipeline. But if you look at actually ones that got done, only 8% of the pipeline projects are actually at the stage of tenders because there's a lot of talk and not much action. So really what we want to do is cut down the talk maybe, but improve the action, is to actually improve the statistics on the amount of projects that get implemented and done. Well, there are 3 camps, and everyone will go to all 3 camps. It doesn't make sense just to go to one. The first camp is being held here at the CDB offices at the end of this month, September. Straddles September, October, it's 3 days. And that will look at the PPP enabling environment. So the policies, the laws, what do we really need to do to make sure that we have an environment that is conducive to the private sector participation in infrastructure and so forth. And the second one is going to be held in Trinidad at the Arthur Lockjack Graduate School of Business. And we want to thank them for using their facilities. And that one will look at the preparatory process. How do you do the feasibility studies? How do you structure the projects? How do you go about making sure that you're doing all of the steps that you need to do to move into the third phase, which will be covered in the third boot camp, which will be in Kingston, Jamaica in January. And that one is being done in cooperation with the Development Bank of Jamaica, and we want to thank them as well. And that one will look at the tender processes. How do you make sure that you ensure the highest levels of transparency and competition? How do you ensure that you get value for money, the negotiations processes, the documents, the templates, and so forth? And that's the fun part. That's the one I'm looking forward to. Well, it is exciting. I'm quite excited about it. And we will be doing little videos of some of the workshops. And we'll be reporting back on some of the progress made, on some of the issues that we discuss, and some of the fun that we have. So watch this space. We'll be coming back to you with updates as we go along.